I play Wylder in Depth 5, and today I'm sharing 5 tips that can help you get there. Tip number 1, always cancel claw shots. Claw shots are criminally underused in combat, but once you start thinking about how you're going to cancel every claw shot, you'll naturally start finding more opportunities to use them. Claw shots are free damage and bleed buildup that cost no stamina. Once you start working them into your flow, your overall damage will greatly increase. There are 2 claw shot animations, the one where you pull the enemy and the one where you get pulled. The second animation is specifically designed to be cancelled. You can cancel it with a jump, roll, backstep, running light, running heavy, weapon skill, or ultimate art. If you're already using any of these options during a fight, that's your cue. Throw out a claw shot first. Once you build that habit, you'll start landing them constantly. Tip number 2. Use defeating enemies fills more of the art gauge, +0 and +1. Wylder has one of the best ultimates in the game, and with these 2 effects you can use it every single fight. For multi-enemy bosses like the Duke's Dear Freya, you can even ult multiple times. With both effects equipped, you'll fill your art gauge in roughly 8 kills, and they don't even have to be yours. If something dies, you get ult charge. This combo is especially powerful on Wylder because he doesn't need to spend a full gauge to ult. An uncharged ultimate only consumes 70% of the gauge, meaning you'll get it back in about 6 kills. The trade-off is small. An uncharged ultimate deals 33% less damage, or just 18% less if you're using the fire effect, which boosts both charged and uncharged versions equally. Tip number 3, stop full charging your ult all the time. Wylder's ultimate management comes down to 2 questions. When should I ult, and should I fully charge it? Let's start with when. Ask yourself, when should I use my ultimate to maximize speed and safety? This question generally has 3 answers. Let's use this Deathrite bird as an example. Is the answer A, use it immediately, B, use it when someone goes down, or C, oh god, he's about to nuke us? In this case, the answer is clearly C, but sometimes A or B can be the correct choice. For example, against the field boss version of Demi-Human Queen, it's best to ult right away. It makes the fight faster and safer by providing an early stagger and immediately taking out some of her minions. Next question, should I fully charge it? This depends on 2 things, how much damage you need right now and how soon you need your next ult. Back to Deathrite Bird, I don't fully charge here because I know we're about to leave the castle and fight another field boss. I won't have time to build a full gauge, so I don't charge my ultimate. Because of that, I have an ult ready for Demi-Human Queen. This time I do fully charge it, since I can easily refill by killing her minions. Then we move on to Leonine. I make a mistake here. I fully charge my ult and he dies way faster than expected. Now I don't have ult for Godskin Noble, and the fight takes much longer than it should have. If I'd used an uncharged ult on Leonine, I'd have ult ready now, and the fight would be over. Tip number 4, know your staggers. When fighting Night Lords, your ultimate isn't just for damage, it's for control. You're saving it to interrupt specific attacks that could cost multiple flasks or even the run. If you use uncharged ults, you can cancel these moves multiple times in an encounter. You're probably familiar with some of these, but here are the key staggers to memorize. Everdark Adele's Tornado. This one is tricky, because before the tornado, Adele creates a lightning AoE. You have to position yourself outside of the AoE, claw shot in, and land a jumping ult. Make sure you surge sprint to the left or right, to avoid the lightning bolts that spawn on top of you. Maris' Sleep. This can be staggered by lightning or poise damage. However, if you don't think you can meet the damage check, go ahead and ult. Libra's Meditation. The first one can easily be broken by hitting the sigils. Save your ultimate for later meditations that spawn more sigils. Everdark Libra's Cross. Libra uses this move to stall for time. Canceling it with an uncharged ult can give your team a much needed damage window. Fulgur's Spears. One hit of lightning damage can interrupt this move and electrify him. However, that won't work again until the effect wears off, so you want to save ultimate to interrupt Fulgur's second use of spears or during his charge for style points. Everdark Caligo's Ice Storm. This move cannot be allowed to happen. It frostbites your entire team twice, and she likes to start flying if you don't interrupt this move. You can stagger Caligo by using your ultimate right after she armors up. If you're confident, you can also punish her head during that animation. Just roll immediately after the Claw Slam to dodge the roar. If you want to play it safe, run in front of Caligo and stagger her before she destroys the crystal. Tip number 5. Consider Dormant Power helps discover fists. This effect is incredibly popular in Depth 5, and for good reason. Fist weapons scale with strength and dex, perfect for Wylder. Their fast movesets also pair well with damage negation passives, like successive attacks negate damage and damage negation on charged attacks. On top of all of that, the fist weapon pool is amazing. Spiked Caestus and Starfist have innate bleed. Iron Ball and Starfist have some of the best charged heavies in the game. The Klingbone comes with Lifesteal Fist, a grab that hard CCs humanoids, letting your team get free hits. This works on mini-bosses too, like Leonine, Crucible Knights, and Black Knife. Veteran's Prosthesis has innate lightning, which is great for 3 out of 8 Night Lords. Last but not least, we have Cypher Pada. This weapon has low damage on Wylder because it only scales with Faith. However, it's an amazing weapon to drop for Revenant or Recluse. It still has some utility on Wylder because it deals pure holy damage, which is great for Undead, Gladius, and Hulster. Now, as amazing as fist weapons are, remember, there is no such thing as a Fist Wylder, or a Greatsword Wylder. A lot of players hyper-focus on one weapon type, but Wylder's greatest strength is adaptability. Even though fists are amazing, if I'm handed Rivers of Blood in a Caligo expedition, I'm using it. Wylder can make anything work. Cranial Vessel, Magma Blade, Vike's War Spear, doesn't matter. He can melt Caligo with all of them. So don't pass on great weapons just because they're not your preferred class. If you liked this video, I made a similar one for Iron Eye. Next up is Duchess, so if that sounds interesting, consider subscribing.